Hi everyone and welcome to my place, and I just want to say happy spring. This is the most favourite and preferred of all of my seasons, which is probably a lie because as soon as the summer flowers come I'll probably say, oh, that's my most favourite season. But I do like the spring, especially after the long wet winter that we have just endured. The days are getting lighter, the spring flowers are up, and I thought I want to do something to celebrate it, and this is what I'm going to do. Isn't that just, look at that, isn't that just beautiful? I love it. It's all artificial, and yes, you could use fresh flowers and you could use wet foam and cover it, which I'll get into in a moment, but I just wanted something that I could have on my door for the next couple of weeks so that every time I come home I've got this lovely little bit of joy, because spring is sort of kind of the one of the loveliest springs. And as I said, as the winter comes to an end and the wee bulbs keep coming up and there's little bits of spring just appearing everywhere, it truly is a wonderful time. So to make the wreath, it's quite easy. Now I'll put the link up to where I think I showed you all how to make a wreath out of birch or willow quite some time ago. This here I think is about 4 years old, and it's just got enough life in it to just do one more project, I think. Now I've gathered together a whole heap of what I think of as spring. So I've got some little bits of artificial ivy here that have got that lovely green which represents new growth to me. I've got a little jonquil, you know, whatever you've got on hand will do. I've got a little bit of blossom, I've got some forsythia, I've got some little heartsease, there's a few matchsticks here, there's a little bit of lavender, and I've got some little violets. Very, very easy to put together. You can either wire everything around the base, or if you're a little bit like me and you want to cheat the system and do it really fast, just get your hot glue gun. The other reason why I wanted to do a wreath is because that symbolises eternal life, you know, the continuing circle of life, and just to have it on the door I think will be just beautiful. So we'll start off with a little bit of foliage, and where you can shove it into your wreath, just shove it in and get a little bit of movement when you're putting it in so that it's got a little bit of movement going with it. So that can just go into there like that, and by the time I glue the other things onto it, it should be fine. So pretty much I'm just going to ring these around the outside, and if bits sort of like pull to one side, don't worry about that, just let them go. And I'm sort of overlapping these two as I'm putting them in, and then the next one can just go into there like so. And like that, I'm using this, as I said, this willow wreath, but you can get the lovely cane ones which would also be equally nice as well. Plus you can, if you wanted to do it fresh, just get the green ring of foam and the green foam, and then just give it a soak, and you can do exactly the same process, fresh or artificial. Right, from there I've got a little bit of lavender. I've only got 2 bits of lavender, so I'll put one up there and I'll bring one down into there, and these should hold, I'm hoping. Now when it comes to actually gluing them on, just put a little bit of glue onto one end, and then that can just be stuck onto there like so. And it's just a matter of, as you're putting each lot of material on, just to, you know, whatever you've got will do, but just try and, if you can, try and make everything as, you know, when you're putting it on, colour, you know, the balance of colour as you go around. So like I'm just looking at that now and knowing that I just need to have a little bit more on this side just to visually balance it off. But you know, nothing in nature is perfect, and that's why making something like this, it's near enough is good enough. Don't knock yourself around trying to get it into its, you know, trying to make it perfect. A little bit of blossom there. So you just keep going until you get the whole thing covered, and whichever pattern you want them or colourway you want them to be, and you just keep going until you've got the whole thing finished. And I just can't wait to put that onto my door, because I think it's just going to be the thing that'll give me that little leap and bit of joy of anticipation for good things to come. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing with you, and I look forward to seeing you another day.